Welcome back to the news at 10. The Delta State government has flagged off the third cycle of the Youth Agriculture Entrepreneurs Program and the Skills Training and Entrepreneurship Program. Now, those programs are targeted at training and empowering youths in Delta State, and the state governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, believes that nurturing micro, small and medium enterprises will help solve some of the country's economic challenges. It's the third cycle of the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurs Program and Skills Training and Entrepreneurship Program aimed at training and empowering Deltans. The scheme is part of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's administration's 5-point agenda known as SMART. Governor Okowa's arrival sets today's event into motion.
With the addition of these over 2,000 businesses to the economy of Delta State, our goal of diversifying the economy is well and truly on course. We are determined to sustain this scheme, notwithstanding the huge capital outlay involved. This is because we are convinced that creating and nurturing micro, small, and medium enterprises is the way out of our current economic challenges.
As the Chief Job Creation Officer highlights the successes of the program, the representative of the World Bank gives the assurance of continued support by the global financial institution.
The beneficiaries are already successfully running their own enterprises, earning incomes, and contributing to the economy of Delta State. Many of them have trained and employing other additional persons and are now job creators. Others have innovated their skills and diversified their business since their initial training.
The World Bank will continue to work with the state and to continue to support the states in terms of strengthening its job creation systems to create more jobs for its youth and empower its people.
For one of the beneficiaries, the governor has lived up to his promises.
And I also want to plead with him to continue this program so that people coming after us can actually benefit from it, because I believe strongly that agriculture is the future of this country.
This year's exhibition and business fair has provided the stepreneurs and yajapreneurs an opportunity to showcase their abilities while making vital business contacts. Members of the Private Sector Health Alliance of Nigeria, an indigenous non-governmental organization concerned with how citizens can access quality healthcare, is advocating partnership between the organized private sector and the federal government to reduce maternal child mortality. At a workshop on sustainable healthcare financing in Nigeria, the Chief Executive Officer of the Alliance explains that there is an urgent need for the private sector to invest in healthcare in order to reduce maternal child mortality.
Nigeria bears a heavy burden of maternal and child mortality, as the country is reported to be the second largest contributor to global maternal and child mortality rate. That's according to the United Nations. Representatives from the organized private sector, as well as ministries and prestataries, are at this workshop in Abuja to brainstorm on why the private sector needs to partner the federal government to reduce the burden of maternal child mortality.
Over the last couple of decades, we've stagnated in terms of RMNCH indicators, right? So despite significant investments in our health system, we are not seeing commensurate results in terms of outcomes. Private sector intervention or contribution to health has been fragmented. So there's clearly a unique opportunity to pool private sector resources and capabilities to have impact at scale that is larger than all the underlying contributions.
Other participants also highlight government's efforts toward addressing the challenge, as well as the need to build trust to enable the partnership to succeed.
When it comes to maternal deaths, when it comes to neonatal deaths, we are about the leading country. And so the country has decided to say a big no to this, that we must reverse it. Our consultants are on the field, gathering very crucial information, which will serve as foundation for the way forward.
This workshop that we're having right here is so critical because what we want to do is identify what some of those shared accountability mechanisms can be so that, one, private sector is confident that its contributions will be put to good use, and two, government, civil society are also comfortable that the private sector contributions are having impact on the lives of health of the population of Nigeria.
According to the United Nations Education Fund, Nigeria loses 2,300 under 5 children and 145 women of childbearing age every day, making it the second largest contributor to global maternal child mortality rate.
To aviation now, Nigeria's flag carrier, Medview Airline, has commenced flight operations into the United Arab Emirates city of Dubai from Lagos via Abuja, with over 200 passengers on board. The inaugural flight had on board a representative of the Minister of State for Aviation and the Minister of Women Affairs, Aisha Al-Hassan, among other dignitaries. En route to Dubai, the managing director of Medview Airline, Munir Bankole, thanked the passengers for patronizing the Nigerian brand. The airline will fly to Dubai 3 times a week.
The Medview stand at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos goes green, and it is not unconnected with the airline's new connection to Dubai. In no time, a long queue is formed as passengers complete their check-in formalities for the trip, but on board the airline's Boeing 767. There's a retinue of eminent Nigerians joining the maiden flight. They include the representative of the Minister of State for Aviation, the Minister of Women Affairs, royalty from Lagos, Super Eagles striker Odiodi Gallo, and the management of the airline.
What we have brought into this route is particularly the family, to encourage family to let Nigeria know the value for holiday, and children and their parents can take a break.
As the aircraft gets airborne for another 6 hours, 10 minutes to its Dubai destination, some passengers are happy that yet another Nigerian carrier has taken up the challenge to ply the route.
Medview, like other indigenous airlines, will be supported by government and I'm sure by Nigerians.
Then the managing director addresses everyone on board.
I want to say to you all a big thank you for making this day a special day for entire people of Nigeria that have chosen to patronize an indigenous carrier called Medview.
At about 12:30 a.m. on Friday, December the 8th, the Dubai International Airport is in sight. 24 hours after landing, Medview Airline gets an official welcome into the airport community.
Our main focus is the happiness of our passenger and the satisfaction of our passenger. So Medview flights is really important for us because we're increasing our network, we're increasing our choices to our final customer, which are our passengers.
Thank you very much.
With this inaugural flight, the flag carrier airline says it's on the route to stay, promising affordable fares, a rich Nigerian cuisine on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. And another juicy part is that all passengers flying 5 times are entitled to a 6th ticket.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Melinda Akinlami.
You first. First Bank.
Many thanks, Ijoma. Moody's Investor Service has assigned a GB1 excellent rating to Nigeria's 150 billion naira green bond debt offering. The Series 1 green bond, issued at 10.69 billion naira, is expected to be launched on December the 18th, while precise coupons and maturities will be determined at the time the offer closes. The green bond, which represents the federal government's debut offering, is expected to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and it's the first sovereign green bond issuance in Africa and the 4th on the global record. Renewed profit-taking put the domestic stock market in the red as investors' attention tilted to the federal government's final bond issue for 2017. Chimezi Obiwagu tells us more.
welcome to the Stock Market Report. The Treasury bill and bond market seem to have taken the shine off the equities market as investors shift attention to the fixed income market because of the crashing yields. Interestingly, the DMO offered 100 billion naira 2 5-year reopening bonds today, and that caught the attention of investors. The all-share index was down by 1%, with the banking and industrial sectors being the most hit. Market breadth was negative, 19 gainers versus 25 losers. Beggar Paint led the gainers in percentage value, while the highest loser is Presco. However, the overall transaction volume and value are still relatively good, over 4 billion naira made today. It's still about 9 days to the Christmas holiday. All hopes are not lost for a Santa Claus rally. And that was the Stock Market Report. I'm Chimezie Obi Iwago.
U.S. stock markets closed in the green after the Federal Reserve's raised interest rates and growth outlook for the economy. Let's take a look at those numbers now. And that's business news, and I must say congratulations, Ijoma. We've won it again.
You first. First Bank.
All right, thanks a lot, Melinda. It does feel good to be on top once again, and the reward for hard work, like we always say, is a little bit more hard work. I'm still ahead on the news at 10. Nigeria's 2018 CAF Champions League representatives gets opponents in the preliminary round of the continent's biggest club competition. That's on sports. Do stay with us.